Alright, match 2 of Oboshless Prowess. I guess that is as good of a name as anything for the deck. This is a good keep. I mean, it's got aggression, possibly a turn 3 Bone Crusher Giant. Always nice. You know, those kind of hands don't really kill on turn 3 or even turn 4, but they do apply pressure, though. They do force my opponent to have something, which is always good. Okay, what does this mean? I'm guessing on Nauseam. I mean, I don't know what other deck plays City of Brass. I wonder why a Nauseam doesn't play. If this is a Nauseam, I don't know why it doesn't play Mana Confluence, because City of Brass causes it to gain pointless encounters under a Phyrexian Unlife, whereas Mana Confluence doesn't. Same card, just one causes loss of life and the other causes damage, and whenever it's tapped for any reason. On the other hand, I suppose they could win in response to the trigger. It's just something you can't do with Mana Confluence, so there is that. Yeah, it's definitely... If I would have known for sure, I suppose I could have definitively said this was what it was. I lost out on one point of prowess, but if they played some bizarre creature that I needed to stomp, it would have... I think the EV would have been so much worse. It wouldn't have made sense. Ooh. You know, to Abbott or to Bone Crusher, I think Abbott represents more possible damage. And who knows if they're playing, like, some type of discard. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Yeah, might as well. And I'm going to save these burn spells. Lava Dart next turn would be very sweet. These Prowess creatures, they really... Yeah, they can really deal a lot more damage than Bone Crusher Giant. So that's why I decided to play Abbott. Plus, it got a Fire Islet out of the way. Oh, the old ad nauseum Simian Spirit Guide. Oh no, Friction on Life. Yeah, this matchup sucks. There's no two ways about it. If they've got ad nauseum next turn, then there's just nothing. At no point was there anything I could have done. So let's see. 6 damage. I can at least bring them down to 0. Because 6 and then 4. Or can I? 4 and 3. Yeah, I can just... This just barely brings them down to 0. So there is that. It might not even bring them down to 0 if they got an Angel's Grace. On the other hand, if I bolt just one bolt, then that's 6, 7, 8, down to 4. If I draw another burn spell, I can bring them down to 0, and then Bone Crusher. I think I'd rather just bring them down to 0. That'll also force them to use a Angel's Grace, you know, off of a counter for Pentab Prism, if they have it. Whereas if I wait, not necessarily. And it's not super hard to do 10 damage. Of course, I am expecting an ad nauseum next turn. But this at least gives me a fighting chance if, for whatever reason, they don't have it, or Spoils of the Vault. I know, unlikely. But, I mean, what am I supposed to do? Just concede right here? Opponent's like, yeah, you should have just conceded right there. I mean, you know, every once in a blue moon, they don't have it. Yeah, incredibly wishful thinking. Alright, I suppose I'll show what this does as opposed to scooping in one of those replay matches I did. Plus, I actually get to see if they're playing any new tech. There's their most likely one of Pact of Negation that I think I discussed earlier. Yeah, you got your mix of cantrips. It seems like pretty standard stuff. They got 2 Pact of Negations. I guess there's lots of Force of Negations running around. Seems pretty standard other than that it's got 2 Pact of Negations. How many Spoils of the Vaults are they playing now? Just 3? I would have thought they'd play all 4 Spoils of the Vaults, especially since it combos with At least one of my trophies was it was against this deck that got incredibly unlucky. So very obviously, Blood Moon. It's one of the only ways I can actually interact with them. Bone Crusher Giant is way too slow, just way too slow. A Braid is, at least that can get their Pentad Prisms, which is kind of necessary. If yeah, and it's way better than Flame Slash, so there is that. Seasoned Pyromancer is probably too slow too, but I don't think it's slower than Bone Crusher Giant, and it does draw me more cards. It can be a 3-mana 4/4 because of the 2 tokens like Bone Crusher Giant, but it also can filter me into a winning hand better. So I think Seasoned Pyromancer is overall better, but, it's not exactly a clear thing. More than anything, sometimes I may need the Blood Moon. This is, no lands. It's just, I don't know what to say. Well, it's got Blood Moon. I can play it. Obviously I ditch a Seasoned Pyromancer. Let's go. Let's see. I guess I'll just play a Castle Embereth. I won't count this against it because I totally didn't need to play it tapped. I'm literally just playing it tapped for giggles. For you-know-what and giggles. I don't want to Lava Dart and light up the stage because there's a good chance I can't play whatever I reveal because I'm probably going to want to just slam Blood Moon. Plus, I probably want to ditch the Lava Dart to the Seasoned Pyromancer. That's kind of a good combo, if you will. See, this is why I like a Braid, because even when I have Blood Moon, they have access to mana through their artifacts. Still, I mean, what am I supposed to do? Not take them off colored mana? I mean, without artifact play. So, I mean, hey. Probably next turn. Hopefully I draw a Lava Dart. That would be nice, because I can ditch both of those. A Seasoned Pyromancer, hopefully draw closer to an Abrade. Yeah, see, they had to use one of their counters. It's not insignificant. And, there's the Abrade. Actually, because I drew Abrade specifically, I think I'm going to play Abbott. I got to get on the board. I know this gives them one more chance to play colored mana, but yeah, but I got to get on the board. And also, if I drew a mountain, I could have also abraded the Pentad Prism. But the good news is I don't think they can play a Nauseam just yet, because they need to play 2. Well, actually, I suppose they could. Yeah, they can. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, good thing they don't have it. Well, well, I guess I can go for the pseudo win in a way. This is a mountain now. It's good to know. I can bring them down to 0. Hopefully I draw a land. Ask and ye shall receive. So let's think this through. If I abrade, can I still bring them down to 0? I don't think so, because together with Lava Dart, I'm attacking for 11, 6, and 5, that is. Monastery, Whisperer, and Abbot, plus the 1 damage, that's not enough. On the other hand, I think I have to keep them off of... Man, the problem is that I'm so sandwiched between a rock and a hard place. They could also be waiting to ad nauseam on my turn. I don't know why they wouldn't have just gone for it. No, actually they can't, because they don't have double black. This is tough. Yeah, because that's 11 plus 1, that's 12. Yeah. I'm going to put them dead next turn. Yeah, if they draw Pentad Prism, that might be good game. But, I mean, I don't want to give them too many turns. I can't. I suppose that was a mistake in case they could somehow deal with Blood Moon. So let's see. This is 11, 14. Unfortunately, still not quite there. Let's see. Yeah, 11, 14. Darn it, so close. Maybe this was a mistake, because I still can't win. I still can't kill them next turn. If I dart another lava dart, I can. Actually, will I? Let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7. No. I need like a lava dart. Yeah, in retrospect, maybe this was a mistake, but it doesn't look like I'm going to get punished for it. Yeah, it was a mistake for sure. It's amazing, actually, just how much life Phyrexian Unlife saves them. And, well, actually, because they still, yeah, that was a mistake, because all they needed to do was draw one more mana, then a Pentad Prism would have won the game anyway. Well, that was extremely unlikely, but I had to, I mean, that's why I bring in Blood Moon, just on the off chance that I can actually interact with them. It is what it is, as they say. I got Blood Moon. I got a possible turn 2 light up the stage. I can't complain. I mean, I'm probably still going to lose, but this is at least the type of hand that could theoretically get lucky like last time. So I can't possibly mulligan it. Lotus Bloom is the worst because you can't really, if they've got a turn 3 Phyrexian Unlife on the play, there's not really much you can do to stop them from playing a Nauseam once this hits the table. A Raid won't do it because they can Nauseam on their upkeep. Which is why this is a very hard matchup, because Blood Moon on the play, sometimes can get there. Blood Moon on the draw, that's another story. Plus, you need to actually hit your third land, which sometimes doesn't happen. Yeah, why would they not have Phyrexian Unlife? That is the question. They don't even need... Oh! Yeah, I guess I might as well play to the board a bit more. They don't even need Leyline of Sanctity. In fact, I think it's a mistake for them to bring it in against this deck specifically. At least this is a short league. I mean, a short match. Magic Modern is kind of like that sometimes. Sometimes you hit a matchup where it's just like, alright, well, I'm taking a loss. Yeah, and slowly, Modern starts looking a little more like Legacy in that regard. This isn't really like a Legacy deck. I mean, the Legacy combo decks are just so unbelievably higher powered, it just makes your head spin. But, in the right matchups, this is very similar. And sometimes even more backbreaking because of the life gain element. In fact, I think this is actually better against burn strategies. Maybe even in Legacy, if you ran this against like Legacy burn, it might very well be better. Because the thing about Legacy is that or at least the ad nauseam decks there is they have to use their life for ad nauseam, unlike this deck. So getting them low sometimes actually, is like a combo disruption. But anyway, uh, in theory, I could run into 3 more ad nauseams and go 1-4. Hopefully that doesn't happen.